Etihad Stadium for the Land Rover halftime show, where it is the British and Irish Lions leading the way 12 points to 9. No tries so far, but plenty of feeling in this contest, and just 3 points the difference. They're really having a dig, both these sides, as the Wallabies look to settle the score with the British and Irish Lions. They're here to break it all down. I'm joined by John Eales and former Scottish captain Andy Nicol. Andy, what have you made of that first 40-minute performance from the British and Irish Lions?
Well, indifferent. It's been in and out, really. It's a very different game from last week. It's very physical. The intensity's there. It's been a very different game. There's no line breaks. This time last week, we'd seen some great tries. We've not seen anything like that this week.
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of intent. You know, both sides are really focused on what they can get out of it. A lot of intent, but not that much accuracy. And that's where we've got to improve. We're making some good moves, doing 3 good things, but then making 1 mistake. From Australia's perspective, the Lions are a bit the same.
All right, well, let's have a look at the first half statistics. And, Andy, what do you make of them from what you see here?
Well, just watching it live, I think it's going to be very even. And here you can see it, 12-9 to the Lions on the scoreline. The scrums went through a weird patch, didn't they? The Lions were dominant, then the Wallabies were dominant, and then the Lions came back. And that's just what the line out's been pretty even. And, you know, this is going to be a tight game. And we're going to see very close stats all the way through.
It's been difficult to get a read on momentum in this game. There's been teams, each team has had a little bit of momentum, but no real momentum, and nothing that they've been able to capitalise on in a big way. So getting that momentum, holding it and working with it has got to be the goal of these teams at half-time.
All right, well, let's take a look at the Land Rover first half highlights. And, well, the Wallabies, they were showing some intent, but as you mentioned, John, that they were just kind of falling down towards the end there. It starts in similar fashion there with Lee Halfpenny knocking over a penalty. And he missed one, though.
Yeah, short corner.
Boom.
But he didn't miss it by much. It was right in the centre. But then he gets back into his groove. And, you know, he's just been metronomic, as always. And then, but this is where it went wrong, John, didn't it? The line out, the scrum just seemed to go either way.
Yeah, and a good start for Christian Leilani-Lefano as well. Yeah, he's done really well. Very, very composed when he's going for those kicks. But the scrum penalties going one way, then going the other. It's hard to get a read on that. But it's been more the mistakes in general play that have cost us. I mean, there is George North really attacking with purposefully that ball. And it's from that they made a bit of a break, but it's a penalty again that they got over, and this is the one that gave them the lead just before half-time.
Do you see anyone breaking this game wide open?
Well, there's certainly game breakers in both sides. Falau, North last week, we know what they can do. But we just saw 2 examples. George North is taking the high ball, Falau's taking the high ball. We've not seen them get any ball in space. And so that's because I think the line chase has been better, the kicking has been better, but it could come down to a little bit of magic. And there's a lot of magic out in this pitch here tonight. It could go either way with that. If
it stays our Northern Hemisphere grind, do you think it favours your boys?
Well, I think there's some very experienced players out there, Brian O'Driscoll, Johnny Sexton, Jamie Heathcliff, who have won Heineken Cups. The Welsh team have ground out the Six Nations. They know how to win tight games.
And it comes down to game management, doesn't it? And this is one of the concerns with Australia. We know how good James O'Connor is, but he's not a natural 5'8". And so can he manage the game and shut it down, or just eke out a few extra points?
Well, there's just 3 points in it. Don't go anywhere. The second half is coming up right after this. But before we get there, here's a sneak peek at the fantastic new film, The Lone Ranger.
Hi, I'm Armie Hammer, and I hope you're enjoying all the action of the rugby here on 10. Don't forget to check out my new film, The Lone Ranger, in cinemas July 4th. Take a look.